welcome everybody to LRM Ranks It, the show where we here at LRMonline.com rank our favorite movies, video games, TV shows, even things within movies or some of that stuff, dealing with pop culture and geek culture, all that good fun stuff. We rank it. That's what we do here. Hence the title, LRM Ranks It. And today I'm actually joined by, once again, Stephon White.
Hey folks, how's it going out there?
Appreciate you coming back by, Stephon. Me and you, we ranked the Marvel Cinematic Universe not too long ago, right?
We did.
Well, actually, by the time this comes out, it might be a little bit further ago because I've got like 6 of these in the can.
Yeah, you've been rolling.
So welcome back to the show. And,
Thanks for having me, Kyle.
Absolutely. And today we're going to be ranking something different. We're going to be ranking what we consider to be the best superhero costumes in a movie, best kind of like representations of the source material, not necessarily the closest to the source material, but what fits the world the best, and just kind of like the best overall. This was Stephon's idea, so appreciate it, Stephon.
Hey, glad I could help out, man. Just glad to be here.
Good stuff, man. Alrighty, so man, costumes are one of those things that are really important. You look back at some old superhero movies, and I'm not talking about like the '66 Batman.
Okay.
Not even talking about '70s Superman, which Superman he was pretty spot on.
Spot on from the comics, yeah.
Spot on from the comics.
Might have been missing some of the bulk, but
Yeah.
Costume wise, he was definitely there.
But getting into the late 90s, early 2000s, and specifically when I'm talking about bad costumes, I'm thinking of XMen.
Oh, yeah. You mean like all leather? It's like
a
bad rave. Yeah.
Yep. The black leather clad freaking Matrix wannabe, like, and they even made a joke in the first one. I think it's Cyclops that says something like, "What are we supposed to do? Wear yellow and blue spandex?"
Yes, you are.
Yes,
that's right.
Motherfucker.
Because it's a comic book movie. So
exactly, you should be wearing yellow and blue spandex.
Stop getting all real world on me here.
So not necessarily blue and yellow leotard like a gymnast or something like that, but definitely they could have used at least like blue and yellow leather, something.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, something that harkens back to the source material.
Exactly.
That's got to be one of the worst examples of a costume, except maybe the Amazing Spider-Man 1 costume, which I absolutely hated.
Yeah.
Hated it with a passion.
I think all the X-Men, I swear, everybody was wearing the same costume. I mean, it was like add cape, subtract cape. Other than that, it was the same leather.
Pretty much. I can't remember when Underworld came out, but it seemed it seemed more like what Underworld vampires and stuff should be wearing than
Kate Beckinsale or something.
Than mutant superheroes. But hey, that's all right. I thought we had gotten kind of past that, and by the time you get to First Class, you're kind of getting some stuff that's a little bit better, and then the one and only trailer we've seen from the upcoming Dark Phoenix actually looks like they've got a lot of blue and yellow. But
it does, yeah.
Way to go, X-Men. It only took you forever.
Oh, man. It's been quite some time.
So, but there's also been plenty of great costumes out there, and that's what we're going to be talking about today is the best of the best. So,
yeah, folks.
Yep. So let's go ahead and get into it. And Stephon, tell me what your number 5 favorite costume is for a superhero in a movie.
Sure. I'll start off here. My number 5 is going to be Watchmen's Dr. Manhattan, directed by Zack Snyder.
Not a lot of costume there.
Not a lot of costume, but
not
definitely
not
a lot of clothing there. But I'm looking at it compared like a side by side. The bulk of the guy, I mean, it's a blue character, right?
Yeah.
It's basically the same dude. I mean, they went to the detail of having the the atomic symbol on his forehead, the sunken in eye look, and I mean, this character, seeing the trailer for the first time. And seeing the, how they show the tease of the Dr. Manhattan transformation, and then you get the reveal, I was like, damn, he looks pretty sick,
Yeah. And they had the balls to show his, yeah.
Pun intended.
Yep. Way to go, Warner Brothers. Way to go.
Pulling no punches.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I mean, they could have copped out real easily. They could have pulled a I don't know, Titans TV show where Mr. Manhattan or Dr. Manhattan only turns blue when he's using his powers, like Beast Boy does on the Titans show.
Yeah, they could go, let's just, we want to see the actor's face more. Like, you know.
Like Mystique. Like you want to talk about somebody
Perfect
blue.
Example.
The new Mystique, she is supposed to be the super proud mutant, and if you look at the old X-Men, Rebecca Ramon Stamos before Jennifer Lawrence, she spent a lot of time in the blue makeup.
Definitely,
Jennifer Lawrence is rarely ever in it.
Minimal time, man. I think she shifts from that Jennifer Lawrence, which has to be a disguise, right? That's not her original look, mutant wise, into like a different disguise, but rarely is Mystique.
Yeah, rarely does she do the blue thing. So I can agree. Dr. Manhattan, good choice on that one. My number 5 is going to be a little bit surprising to some people, and it's in the vein of X-Men. It comes from one of the Fox series, but not X-Men themselves. It's actually Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh, nice one.
Yes, I think she had the first and best true X-Men feeling costume.
I mean, you're right.
It was a yellow and like a dark blue / black. Kind of reminded me of the Ultimate X-Men costumes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Sure.
But it doesn't matter. It was still an X-Men costume. It wasn't leather. Like Colossus looked all right, but his still looked like it could have fit in with X-Men 1 or X-Men 2.
I hate when they cop out like that. Like, you know, we're here for a reason because it's a superhero thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so I really appreciated Negasonic's outfit. They went with, you know, a skin-tight, light material. They went with the color scheme. Like I said, it looks more like Ultimate X-Men, but at least it looks like an X-Men costume. Definitely,
man. Great choice.
Yeah. So anything else to say on either one of our number 5s?
No. That's an interesting one because I wouldn't think about that character initially. And when we were discussing this idea, that character didn't pop up. But now that you mention it, and I'm thinking back to Deadpool, I'm like, wow, that was basically our first look at a character on the big screen from the X-Men universe in uniform from the comics.
Yep, definitely. I can't remember First Class too much. I saw it 1.5 times.
Yeah.
And I can remember most of them are wearing stuff that is specific to themselves. Yeah. They're not wearing, you know, I think there's one scene where there's a uniform. I think it's mostly blue or something like that.
Right.
Fox just seems so scared to just dive into the deep end and be like, yeah, fuck it. Let's
just jump in.
Let's do superhero costumes, you know? Shit.
They should, man. This is not Chinatown we're talking about. This is called X-Men. X is in the X gene, mutants, you know?
Exactly. So that's my number 5, man. Why don't we go ahead and continue on with your number 4?
Cool. All right, I'll jump in here. My number 4 is actually going to be from a film that came out quite some time ago. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action film. And it's going to be Raphael.
Okay. Interesting choice. Why Raph over the others?
Man, well, he's probably the coolest turtle there is, man. He's got attitude for days.
Nice.
But other than that, I mean, he rocks. But the costume though, it was ripped from the comics.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are walking around as turtles and Ninja Turtles. It does not look cheap. It looks good, man.
It did. I think it was Jim Henson Company that did the puppeteering work and the bodysuits for them, and they did a great job. It was as for a live action show, they were pretty spot on. You can kind of tell the suits are made out of foam. There's several times where the turtles fall, and you can see like the shell squishes down.
Sure.
I think there's a scene where one of the turtles grabs the other by the shoulder, and you can see the shell squeezes.
Oh no, man!
Yeah, there's a few things that as an adult you catch, but when you're
when you're a kid,
man, when you're a little kid, you could believe those turtles could exist.
Exactly, man. Like they definitely were really emotive. They had chemistry with human characters. Casey Jones and what was the Foot Soldiers? It was April. Yeah, it was. Those guys were ahead of their time.
And lots of credit to the people that were in the suits, both the ones that were doing the heavy mechanical ones and the ones that were doing the stunt work.
That's got to be hot, fighting. Man.
Oh man,
goodness,
ridiculous. So,
jeez,
interesting.
Kudos, definitely, Kudos to them. Thank you guys for. Hanging in much
better than what it could have been. They could have just painted some guys green and put some like makeup putty on their faces.
And that would have been it, man. Yeah, puff up your cheeks, Marlon Brando style. You know?
And they definitely looked better than the recent Turtles reboot movies.
Yeah, man, that was way too much CGI for me. I couldn't. They just felt like they had no weight. It was like paper characters just floating in the air.
They looked like mutant Shreks, man. They were
there. You go, mutant Shreks. Yeah, they went away. Like they diverged from that whole classic turtle look. They made them. They made the turtles bigger too. I just didn't. I can't get down with that one. Man.
Yeah, they were all roided out and stuff.
Yeah,
they must have been near like the Russian Olympic training center and found the needles or something like that. Great, now the Russians are going to be after us. Oh well. I'm just saying they recently had a whole bunch of athletes that were disqualified from the Olympics for like performance enhancing stuff.
Performance enhancing. Yeah.
It makes sense that the turtles would. No, I'm joking. Anyways,
yeah, they were just hanging out. They crawled out the sewer, you know.
They were injecting shark adrenaline into. Never mind. So nice, interesting choice. I would have not have thought about the turtles because I don't know. I just wouldn't have thought. I'm thinking about people that are putting on, costumes and stuff. But yeah, definitely great representation of the source material.
Definitely.
So my number 4 is going to surprise some people. It's the original, the Christopher Reeve Superman. What we mentioned in the introduction. Oh, yeah. Dude wore red underwear on the outside of his clothes.
He did, man. He had his tighty whities on the outside of his
tighty reddies. Yep, outside. Look. From the glasses and the suits for Clark Kent to the Superman outfit, the cape, the big, the S on his chest, and it didn't mean nothing. There's no hope. We got to explain this. It's just I'm Superman, promises. So I wear an S on my chest, and yeah, damn right, I got my underwear on the outside. What?
Yep, and I can punch buildings apart. I mean, yes. What are you gonna say to a guy like that?
Yes. And the absolute ridiculous thing is a lot of people will pick on, Warner Brothers, rightfully so for some of their movies, especially recent DC movies. But the one thing Warner Brothers has always done is costumes.
Right.
I mean, the Green Lantern one was a little ridiculous to go all CGI, but at least it was a skin tight green costume with the emblem on it. Right. Superman originally had his underwear on the outside. He could have
been just a real space cop looking there.
Yeah. And even Batman, the original, Michael Keaton Batman, big yellow symbol, solid. I mean,
big target on the chest. Yeah, they
go with it.
Hey, this is your comic character. Here you go.
They go with it. Marvel's properties that were leased out to other studios, not so much. So, so that covers my number 4. Let's go ahead and continue on, man. Or anything else to say on Superman or the Turtles?
No, man. Definitely a nice choice with Superman, and that's one of those early films where the studio was like, you could put the comic character right next to a still from the film, and it's basically the same suit.
Yep,
and it looks good too. I mean, you don't question it when you're watching the film.
Good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and get into our top 3. Go ahead, Stephon.
All right, my third is going to be. It's actually going to be Kick-Ass from Kick-Ass.
Ah, interesting. Mark Millar's Kick-Ass series.
Yep. It's I'm looking at a side-by-side comparison. Green suit, yellow boots. It's the exact same thing, man, and it rocks. It works as a film, and it fits the whole world that character is operating in, where a hero would basically look like he's pretending to be a hero, like those guys did in Batman in the Dark Knight when they were. Yeah. I don't wear hockey pads, This Kick-Ass wears hockey pads.
like he bought his stuff off of the internet. Yeah, he did.
Exactly. Yep.
Definitely. Where I live at, and me and you, we don't live too far apart. But on my side of the bay, man, there was a one of those real heroes running around downtown here.
Really?
And no mask, but you could definitely tell. Like it looked like something from the Kick-Ass movies. It looked nice. Like most of the people that go out and want to be real heroes, real superheroes. That's what he was wearing. So it was kind of interesting to actually have that happening down here on the South Side.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that you were moonlighting as a hero, Kyle. You're taking this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm just joking, folks. I'm not. I'll never give up your secret identity.
I don't moonlight. I'm just super all the time. So we'll go ahead and continue on with my number three. Yeah. And my number three is from the same movie I mentioned in the beginning. It's actually Deadpool. And the primary reason for Deadpool comes down to the emotive eyes and the fact you can see his mouth moving in the mask. Like, go back and watch the first Spider-Man movie, and they're all sitting there like having to move their heads to make it seem like they're talking more because they're not moving their mouths in the inside, or they've got some sort of thing over their head so you can't really see their jaw moving, and that made no sense whatsoever. No, and Deadpool, they 100%. I mean, it's a fairly easy costume to go with.
But they could have not giving us that costume, though.
Well, we know what they did with Deadpool the very first time they tried to portray him on screen. So
don't forget that.
Way to go, Fox. Again, you let us down.
Exactly. Let's give Sabretooth a trench coat. Yeah, that's it.
But it's all good now, or soon it will be all good, because all the Marvel properties, except for the stupid shit Sony's doing, are coming home. So that's a good thing. But yeah, Deadpool, it was great. And like I said, it really all comes down to the emotive eyes, which were great. It was one of the best parts of the movie. And then definitely seeing his jaw move. And then the costume looked great. And the whole time where he's trying to make his costume, that was hilarious.
That was classic, man. Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. Anything else to say on Deadpool or what was your number three again? Oh, Kick-Ass, yeah. Anything else to say on Deadpool or Kick-Ass?
That about sums it up.
Alrighty. Well, go ahead and lead us into number two.
Awesome. All right, my number two character is going to be Captain America from Captain America.
Okay. Like the one where he's punching Hitler, or the outfit he ends up with, or
the final outfit that he ends up in. Kind of tactical a little bit, looks like something out of the Rocketeer a little bit.
Yeah. Also kind of looks like Ultimate Captain America if you're looking at the Ultimates comic book.
The Millar thing. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, they if it's like Ultimate Comics and they lifted that character, they lifted the costume right from the comics, they could have done anything they wanted to. But thankfully Marvel is pulling no punches when it comes to delivering spot on costumes. I mean, even some of their like the concept work that comes out later when they show other alternatives for costumes, they are really like they're going for the moon with these things. And they did with Captain America. He's got the damn star on his chest, red, white, and blue. Yep. It could have been anything. Could have been way toned down. It could have been the original Captain America film that you had pointed out to me, Kyle.
Oh
with
God!
Motorcycle
with the clear
helmet.
Shield and the motorcycle
clear
helmet.
They could have done that.
No, Marvel couldn't have done that. They're too smart for that. But yeah, definitely. It was cool, and I like how they put the original comic book costume in there. It's what he's wearing when he's doing the USO trips and punching Hitler in the face, which I always appreciate. Punching Hitler in the face. Right? So yeah, definitely interesting choice. Is that your favorite of all of his costumes, or you just picked that because it's the best representation on screen?
I feel like it's the best representation on screen, and it was still one of the early. It was this came out. It was one of Marvel's early films. I mean, they had Iron Man, then then we get Captain America, and it looks good.
So, what's your favorite Captain America outfit from all of the MCU?
Oh man, it would probably be the one that he was wearing in Infinity War. It's his what's his alternate person?
Nomad,
yeah.
His Nomad outfit.
Yeah.
Definitely. Pretty cool. I like the stealth suit from Winter Soldier, but I also really dig the Avengers 1, the original Avengers costume.
Oh yeah. That's a nice
choice.
Yeah, well, Marvel they give you a candy shop of character costumes, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and continue on to my number two. It is the guy that started the MCU off, and it's Iron Man. And I know it's kind of like a cheap one to go with. It's a metal suit. Like, how could you screw it up?
Iron Man.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody could have screwed it up. I mean, Iron Man really
They could
only
have
has
screwed
to.
that up, man. They could have.
They could have went with the Ultimate Iron Man outfit.
Oh yeah, exactly. He could have been.
I think that would have been
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Yeah.
It looked all mechanized, like more like a small mech exoskeleton than it looked like the Iron Man armor.
Web feet and everything.
I didn't like the Ultimate I did not like the Ultimate armor at all.
I'm not a big fan of it. No, his head was kind of oddly shaped and
the whole thing, and even the color scheme I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they kind of used some of that bluish gray in Spider-Man Homecoming from the Ultimate outfit. But anyways, I definitely dig the first Iron Man. His final armor, the mock, was at 3 is what he ended up using. And I think it's great. I mean, they went for that classic Iron Man look. They showed us him with his kind of sort of the original. The Mark 1 looks a lot like the original Iron Man. I think in the comic books it was all gold, it wasn't gray. And then they threw in the Mark 2 with the silver plating just to kind of prepare us for War Machine in the future. And then the Mark 3, the Mark 3, what we got with that was it looked great. It felt real, and even though it's majority CGI, it still looked good on screen. It still looks good on screen. My son wanted to watch Iron Man not too long ago, so I've actually seen the original fairly recently, and it was great. Yeah, I think it holds up. I do. It definitely feels aged, but it definitely holds up better than, in my opinion, Thor 1 or Incredible Hulk.
Oh yeah, okay. I gotta go back and watch Thor 1. Yeah, that's the one that was directed by the
Kenneth Branagh. Yeah.
They were trying to sell Asgardian, Othello sort of character on us, and I'm glad that he's made the change thus far.
Absolutely. Well, anything left to say about our number 2s? Number 2.
Yeah, Kyle. Could you imagine what Iron Man would have looked like if a different company, let's say the XMen property holders, made that character?
See, I don't know if they would have screwed that one up. I honestly think that no matter who did it, we were going to end up with this type of outfit.
You think so?
I mean, I could see where Fox would try to put, I don't know, maybe make it a tighter suit, texturalize it, make it more like almost like the Bleeding Edge is now, but not as nice looking.
Right. Yeah, the Bleeding Edge is cool. It's streamlined. It's like the most streamlined suit.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the Bleeding Edge stuff from Infinity War. I think it looks good, man.
Yeah, definitely. Nice choice.
Well, let's go ahead and round this list out with your number 1. Well, no, correction. Let's begin to round it out, starting with your number 1.
My number 1 choice for my favorite costume is going to be actually Blade from Blade 1.
Very nice. Wesley Snipes, vampire movie, The Daywalker.
The Daywalker, yep.
Yes.
That costume is ripped right from the comics. I mean, there's some slight tweaks to it, but it fits the character. It looks badass. I just rewatched Blade just over the weekend, and it still holds up. I mean, when he leaps through the air and you get to see the cape like flail out in the back and everything, it's tactical, but it makes sense. It's right from the comics. He's got the shades, the widow's peak, slight high top fade. It's Blade, man. They didn't go, let's not put him in the black outfit. Let's have him work his way up to that. No, it's Blade from the jump.
Starts off in it. Yep. And that's a scene that's a character whose costume looks like he wears black leather. So why not put him in some black leather in the movie?
Why not? Right? Yeah.
They actually did that one well. What studio did Blade? I forget. Was it Fox or was it Sony?
I thought it was Sony, but let's find it. Let's just.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but either way, it's actually a fairly well-beloved film and one that kind of gets overlooked a lot. I find a lot of people, when you're talking about good superhero movies that aren't part of the MCU, I find a lot of people forget about Blade. And I thought both Blade and Blade 2 were great. Both of them were very fun movies.
In part 2, we get Ron Perlman, and we get the Reavers and everything.
Yep.
it was cool. Blade gets to lead a vampire hunting party to hunt an even worse threat. I mean,
yeah, we'll ignore the third one though.
Yeah, that third one, man.
And the TV show.
Yeah, that thing had God, it had Triple H in it, right?
I think so. It had a wrestler, and I can't remember. That's how forgettable that movie is.
Yeah, Triple H. I remember. Yeah. That was forgettable as hell, man. And it also featured Ryan Reynolds, who's been definitely trying to work his way into. God, how many superheroes has he been? Like 4 so far. He's racking up like this dude's. He and Josh Brolin are having a competition.
Yes, why not? Have fun with it. And look, Ryan Reynolds. I can't say I like a lot of his movies. There's a few out there that I like. I loved the first original Van Wilder. I think that's a hilarious movie. I think that's one of the last great teen movies. And for those of you that don't understand, Van Wilder's a rated R movie. It's not really meant for teens, but back in the 80s, your stuff like Porky's and Revenge of the Nerds and all those types. Those are all like teen movies. That's why that spoof, not another teen movie. American Pie is an example of a modern teen movie. Again, these are rated R movies, but they're aimed at teenagers. They usually revolve around high schoolers and stuff like that.
Right.
And Van Wilder, while it took place in college, I think is one of the last great teen movies, and definitely the last good National Lampoon movie. Yeah. So let's go ahead and continue on with my number one, which is the Master of the Mystic Arts, Doctor Strange. Let's see. Actually, my Doctor Strange bobblehead right there, up there on my shelf. I love Doctor Strange's outfit. Bravo to Marvel, man. They could have done something so much more simple. I've seen some concept art where it's a lot more toned down. It's like a blue tunic with some pants and a smaller cape. Nah, man, they were like, fuck this. He's got multiple layers on. He's got sashes. He's got folding stuff. He's got the boots. And you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do an extra scene with Thor, and he's going to be wearing the yellow gloves and just...
He is, man.
Marvel, just bravo, Marvel. Thank you so much. Way to go, Kevin and crew. You guys...
It's fantastic.
Oh, man. And the cape, the damn cloak of levitation, the collar is popped. It moves. It's sentient. I mean, just everything about it was great. What do you think about the Doctor Strange outfit?
It's awesome, man. Especially when you think about what it could have been. It could have been a magician in a tuxedo, you know?
Oh, God.
Or it could have been just designed, to be comic booky, but not from the actual comic book. And it is the character, that costume. And like you say, they even went an extra mile to give you an additional scene where they're like, yeah, we're going to have him wearing yellow gloves too.
Yep.
We go in,
Absolutely. And I would like to see very little change about his outfit. I like how they made the Eye of Agamotto the Infinity Stone, and he doesn't get to wear it for a lot of the first movie, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. He wore it for the majority of Infinity War.
Yeah.
Until they gave it up.
Right.
And then
save the universe.
But it's such a great costume. I don't really think there's a need to change it.
I would change it.
There's no need to upgrade it. It's not like Captain America, who's going to go from, being World War II soldier to super spy and Winter Soldier to an Avenger.
He doesn't need to change it. No.
Yeah, it's not like Iron Man, who's got multiple sets of armor. Spider-Man, who needs different suits for different things from different people. Doc Strange, he's the Sorcerer Supreme.
He's got all the magic. He doesn't need to.
Doesn't need any upgrades.
Don't need to upgrade my suit. Magic spell. I can breathe in space now. Leave it like that.
Yep.
It's a spot on adaptation, man. That's a great choice.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I think we all had good choices. Anything left to say about any of our previous picks?
Yeah, folks, go back and rewatch Blade 1 and 2 because they're early superhero films, and some people forget that Guillermo del Toro did direct Blade 2 with Ron Perlman, and if it weren't for a lot of the early films that were coming out I don't think that we have the films we have today.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Definitely. Kind of making me want to go back and watch it. It's been years since I've seen Blade.
Oh, it's so cool, man.
So,
they're on Netflix.
Go ahead.
They're on Netflix right now, 1 and 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes it even easier.
Yeah, man.
Alrighty, well, that about does it for today's episode. Make sure you guys hit the like button, that thumbs up. Make sure you share it on social media. Hit the bell so you can be alerted whenever a new LRM Ranks It video comes up. We're actually releasing these every Thursday. Stephon, you have a video series going on as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
I do. It's called I'd Buy That for $1. And in it, the whole concept is we're going around to stores that carry items for 99 cents, exactly $1 on the nose, and getting there, or rather rating through their DVDs, picking out a DVD for 99 cents, watching it, telling you if it's worth $1.
Yep. Very cool. And thank you for having me on that every now and then. You guys can find that one every Tuesday.
Yeah,
we release the videos on our YouTube channel right here, as well as on the website lrmonline.com. Also, be sure to check out the Los Fanboys podcast, which myself and Stephon have been guests on, hosted by our editor-in-chief, Joseph Jammer Medina.
Check it out.
And definitely check us all out on our social media. You can find me at that Kyle Malone on Twitter. Stephon, where they can find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Stephon White 13.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Stephon, for joining me tonight. Everybody have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
See you, folks.